Hello, everybody. We're going to take this segment defined as Mobius identified and defined. A very hot subject, as Nostradamus' Mobius has been made into some kind of a monster. We must remember that Nostradamus mentioned nothing about the Jews of Israel. He was scared of them. He thought they'd destroy his work. Therefore, he mentioned nothing about the state of Israel, the Jewish homeland, the future about it, or anything like that. So let us begin. Using the alphanumeric table in English, where A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, D equals 4, E equals 5, through Z, which is a 26, we can now determine the identity of Nostradamus' Mobius by the ancient Egyptian codes hidden in the English alphabet which they created. The Bible states that I am your Lord from Egypt. Mobius is an ancient Egyptian name, which we'll go into shortly. The letters in the name Mobius equate the date of birth of Mobius as 12/26/1956, the same as my own, with a 9/5 time birth ratio, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I was born in Yonkers, New York. We also have the full name in Mobius of myself reduced to an 8611 and an 862, which is equated as a 2516 respectively, seeing that my name therefore is a 7. We also have the full name of myself in alphanumerics as 196. That's a 196, which is reduced to a 97, which is also present in the name Mobius. We also have the numbers 7, 1, 25, and 19, which spells both the words gays as well as the word Jewish World Council or Jewish World Congress, the initials being JWC, as both equal a 52. The alphanumeric for the word opposite is also a 52. Mine is a 25. Inherent within these four numbers that I just gave you, we find the year of 1933, that of my father Orias, Robert Orias Powell, O-R-I-S, known as the sun god in ancient Egypt. Our tabulation proves that the gays of the WJC, there are 52 members, all of whom are gay, assassinated my father, whose name is now made famous as Osiris, Lord of the Dead, or the afterlife, and those who do not possess the light of life, who will be terrified and all destroyed in a nightmarish world for eternity. Now, also inherent within that name, obvious, is the number 300, which stands for the Jewish Committee of 300, which was once made into a movie called 300. Also, the Catholic Church is also run by gays, and they molest our children without remorse or penalty because the legal system here is also run by Jewish gays. We also have within the name Mobius the number of 179, which refers directly to President Nasser of Egypt and his Suez War concerning the canal back in 1956, the date of my birth, when he nationalized the canal from Britain, BP, and the so-called Seven Sisters. I once lived at 197 Ravine Avenue in Yonkers, New York. That's Ra as the sun god Ra, and then Vine, which is also in scripture. Now, because of the souls of Pei, pronounced P-A-Y, but written as P-E, Nasser is now reincarnated within me, his name and dates equating all my personal identification codes. It should be known that this 300 is also biblical. You can find it in a Bible concordance and look it up. They are known as dogs according to the scriptures, and dogs are equated with gays, homosexuals, and lesbians. Now, these dogs also assassinated my mother, Betty Jane Powell, who the Egyptians named as Isis, which equates to number 38, meaning a Powell, which is in 83, and also the date of my birth, 1956. Now, her real name was Elizabeth Jane Powell. From Elizabeth, we get the name Beth. We get the name L, as in E-L, but L-E. And because she had a hemorrhage, a stroke, we have the name Hem, Bethlehem. So now I know what it means to be born in Bethlehem. In a moment, we'll get to part 2 of our series. Bide our time well. I'll be right back.